Hey there, my name is Elia, a ranger from Sossusvlei Desert Lodge. For this walk, our main direction is the Bushmen cave, but along the way there is also other evidence which could be areas where the Bushmen would have slept when they were here. So we'll branch off the road a little bit to look at that before we proceed to the cave, which is our main destination. From here we're going to branch off through this small trek to the boulders over there. That is how we are going to look at some of the evidence. And sites like this are actually national heritage. So we try to keep them as pristine as possible. So once we get there, we look at everything, we can touch things, but we'll have to put everything back where it is. And we are not allowed to pick anything from those kind of sites. We believe that people that lived here probably used boulders like this one as shelter. And it's evidence like these grinding stones that tells us that this is where they lived and they should have sheltered here and made some food here, because this is a grinding stone and it's one of the tools that they used to prepare food. So they would use it to grind grass seed to take the grains off, or to crush medicinal plants to make powder for better use. These people from this area haven't really been studied a lot. So most of the information that we have for people that lived here is actually from this evidence. So we have seen that boulder over there, and it looked like shelter where they lived. And there's this one, and clearly you can see there's a lot of grinding stones here, sort of an indication that a bigger group lived here than there. So you can already imagine that this could have been a close family. Maybe the parents lived here and one of the children got older and had to move out and marry, and he was given a spot there and the other one was given a spot on the other side.
Tough times.
And this could have been the main home for the matriarch, to put it that way. Right, so this is the site that we are talking about. So this is the cave where we assume the Bushmen lived years ago. And technically what we are going to do here, as I mentioned before, nobody really, or one person came to do a study on this whole thing. So for us as well, this is really a discovery. So we're just going to look at evidence that the Bushmen left here. So this is a group of people, and this looks like, because these sites like this, Bushmen, according to Bushman culture, they would have used them as sacred area where they will come and socialize and also practice their religion. And in the term of, in Bushmen, they actually practice what is called shamanism, and this painting is sort of a symbol of that. So this looks like a group of people, and one of them have their hand or arm raised up. And in shamanism, there was always a few special ones that could actually reach out to the spiritual world, if you have to put it that way. Of all the paintings that you have seen, in my opinion, this is the most beautiful one. So clearly see that it's a giraffe, and it is one of the paintings that you can see that were painted to details, linking to what I just mentioned about shamanism or Bushman religion. Shamans actually had potency animals, or animals that they thought to give them power. And in most areas you'll find this to be eland in areas, some parts of South Africa, but in the desert it was mostly the giraffe. And if you look around this area, the dominant animal is an oryx, but of all these paintings, none of them is that. So they had specific animals that they believed in, like giraffe and springbok, ostrich. That is what they have drawn around here. So also associated with rain is, they drew a lot of ostrich, and if you could look, this is an ostrich that they drew in white. probably using that hyena dropping or ostrich eggshell that they crushed. So there's two over here moving in this direction. There's also one behind and two other coming from this side facing the other ones. So these are beads, and there's some of the evidence that we found on this site. And as you can see, I'll just create a small timeline of how they actually made these beads. Oops. So they used ostrich eggshells, and they poked a hole through the ostrich eggshell, and they actually leveled the edges of the ostrich eggshell until it was round like that. And they did it for each and every bead until they had enough beads to put on a string that it can fit around the woman's neck.